This morning, Grandma told me that the dryer didn't work. It just made a humming noise. It got hot, but the drum wouldn't turn. So I got elected to see what I could do about it. Oops, this got bent in the process, didn't it? Somebody didn't know what they were doing, didn't take those two screws out right there before they lifted the lid. I wonder who that was. I wonder. For me anyway, part of a project like this involves that tool right there. Forgot to mention, I took the top up. The belt on this model goes all the way around the whole drum. I picked up the belt and pulled it off of there. It was kind of broken. Old age probably had something to do with it. Probably had mostly to do with it. I went to the local store and actually had one of these guys on the shelf. It's not quite as wide as the factory, but I'm pretty confident that it'll work. The length is the same. The grooves in it look like, well, there's one less groove, but well, it's not going to be quite as strong. But hey, the cool part of it is, I don't know if you can see that. Look at there, made in what country is that? USA. I've heard of that place. I've heard there's not much manufacturing going on there, but looks like there's a little bit. Well, anyway, I'm going to see if I can get this new belt on there. But it looks like we got to take it apart a little further yet. I got to go take that screw out, and this one. Take this front panel off. I'm not sure what all I have to do to take that front panel off, but I'm going to go find out. I'll go get a wrench. Be right back. Okay, I got a wrench. Looks like a screwdriver, but coffee can, that'll work. I already have a couple of screwdrivers and a light in here. Oops. Get this other screw out. Let's pull these wires off right here. Shuts the door off. I mean, it shuts. Do I have? Okay, that's all there was to that. Look at there, would you? Amazing how simple it is. I don't know if there's enough light in there. Yeah, this looks older from the... Oh, look at there! Treasures! Sweet! I'll be rich when I get done with this job. Probably the only pay I get. Actually, there's supposed to be a seal. See that right there? I think that seal's not the way it's supposed to be, but it's going to go back just like it was anyway. Now what did this drum set on? That's the bearing right there. That's it. It just rides on the belt. The drum just rides on that felt right there. Wow, talk about cheap. Nothing to it. I'm going to see if I can find a place to set this guy out of the way. Whoops, break up some glass. Customer was going to shoot me if I do that. Gotta be die of something, I guess. Okay, vacuum cleaner again. Oh, check that out. Money, money, money. You got the picture. You don't grab the drum. Slip it back on here somehow. Okay. That's just about right. Now what we should have is something to hold it in place. Oops. How about this guy? Well, we slip this belt over top of it. I know that's going to be in the way, but you'll hold it there while I go like this. Okay. Now if I can get my big old self on the floor here. If I can reach in there. All dryers are not the same. The grooves in the belt right there go against this little tiny pulley here. Now, which direction does this thing turn? This way? To remove blower wheel, hold wheel and turn motor shaft clockwise. Now if you put it this way, that's not going to work. Wait a minute now, will that work? We have a plan of attack. I told you before I started, I'm not an expert with this, but I do have a little common sense and as to know how to find out things. So I went to a good source and checked it out. Now the trick is to get this guy tight enough. It'd be better if I didn't have an arm that was about broke off. All right, see there? Really tight. That's good. Really tight is good in this case. I don't know if you could see that or not. I hope so. I put this in here first. Then when I got this in, I fed the belt through there, through that little opening there where my finger is. Then I pulled this tight and slipped it over top of the drive pulley on the motor. Now I'm going to go up and make sure the belt looks like it's lined up correctly. And it does. Now, don't forget I got that piece holding the drum up. Don't forget to move that. Hear me? Okay. Oops, junk. Okay. It'd be good to have an assistant, but we don't. So we'll get along. Pull that out of the way. Hold the drum up in place. Set this back down where it belongs. And there's that. Now, where'd I put my screws? Come on, you saw me put them down. Where'd I put them? Oh, right here they are. There's the screwdriver. There's one screw. There's the other one. Screw that in right there. Tighten her down. Normally it's not a good idea to tighten the screw down until you get them all in, but this is flexible over here, so it doesn't matter as much. Alright, those two are tight. Pull this back around. The wires back on this door switch. Clip this back on there. Flip it back down. What we've got left is these two screws right here. We're going to test it, make sure it works. Hey, it's going round and round. I'm going to hold this with my thumb. Good as new. Good as new. Oops, I don't want it to run right now. Okay. 2 more screws to put in and we'll be done. What were those? Those straight blade or Phillips? It doesn't matter, I've got both screwdrivers right here. Not what I had in mind to do today, but it's okay. Gotta do something to earn my keep. Somebody in some office somewhere says I wasn't qualified to drive my truck anymore just because of some little electronics problem in my ticker here. So I get to mess around the house instead. Put the tools away. Oh, get my treasures. Put this back away where I got it. I don't know what it was doing over here, but I'll just sit right there. Okay, I'm gonna call you done.